You are listening to the Rick Magennis Show podcast, where Rick and his guests talk all things affiliate program management. No topics are off limits. Want to learn proven tips and strategies to grow an affiliate program? Look no further. Now here's your host, Rick Magennis.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Rick Magennis Show. Today is going to be a different episode than usual. There's going to be no guest. It's going to be just you and me talking about affiliate communication. And now that we're in Q4 now, communication with your affiliates is vital. And we're going to get into different stages of the process in which you can be communicating with affiliates and how to do it effectively and build a very solid relationship that will last for years and ultimately grow your affiliate program. So when I start talking to brands about their communication strategy with affiliates, the typical answer I get is, well, once in a while we reach out to them. We don't really have one. We haven't really thought about that. It's not something that we do often. It's really not something uncommon with managing affiliate programs, but I want to just start pointing out that communication is so vital in building relationships with your affiliates and also just growing your program. In just about every single episode that I have recorded for this podcast, I have discussed relationships and how important they are. And this is going to be no different. So during the process of growing an affiliate program, there are various steps in the process in which you can be communicating with either your prospective affiliate or the affiliate once they join. The first part is in the recruiting stage. You're obviously communicating with them to educate them on the affiliate program, the opportunity, and inviting them to join the program. The second piece of it is in the activation process. So you have them onboarded. Now you want to get them sending traffic to your website to promote either your product or service. And this can be done either after recruiting and or if they're stagnant for a while. This is the same process of communication. And then the third part of it is in affiliate newsletters and emails, updating them on various ongoings of the program. So those are your three places where you can really build a solid relationship with your affiliates. And let's start at the recruiting stage. Most of the time you're reaching out to these prospective affiliates in cold fashion. You don't know them, they don't know you. You're sending an email and you want to get their attention. So you got to be different. You can't communicate with them like everyone else does by sending them a blanket template email that just explains who your company is, what the commission rate is. You got to stand out. You got to stand out with your subject line. You got to stand out with your messaging because you don't want your email to be too long. They're not going to read it. You want to just get to the point, what you're offering, what they got to do, and take it from there. If they have questions, they'll email you. But it's really that simple. You just go in there and make it so simple for the prospective affiliate to join that you won't have to do many follow-ups. Chances are you're going to have to do some follow-ups in this process because the affiliates don't usually answer emails the first time. It takes 2, 3, even 4 times for them to respond back. But that's what a good recruiting sequence contains. And that's a whole nother discussion as well. And what we're doing right now is just trying to define the message and make sure that you're building a relationship and that you are communicating effectively with them from the beginning because they get so many emails, so many pitches every day. You want to stand out. And it's not rocket science, but you got to just be different, be concise, and just be to the point. And they will thank you for that because they don't want to read 2 pages of emails and ask you 100 questions. The second part of it is the activation piece. So great, you got that affiliate you've been communicating with. You have some sort of relationship with them. They like what you're offering. They're coming on board, but what do you do next? They're not going to just magically just start promoting. You got to activate them, and that could be done with maybe a monetary bonus for the first sale or the first few sales. It may be if they generate X amount of revenue. They'll get a commission increase for the life of the program. It's up to you to be creative in that aspect, but you gotta communicate this to your affiliates. And this all ties back into the relationship. The more you reach out to them, the more you talk to them, you will understand what motivates them, what doesn't. Some affiliates are motivated by money, some are not. You got to find out what is their motivator, what's keeping them going every day, and why are they doing this? And again, relationships. I can't talk about this enough. It's all about relationships. So when you're activating these affiliates, don't just treat it as a standard campaign where you're just shooting off an email. Personalize it. Reach out to them directly, not through mass email. Find out what they're looking for, what you can do to help them get started if they're new. And if they're even in the program for a while, you find out, hey, you've been in the program for 90 days, haven't seen any traffic. What's going on? What can we do to help you? That type of thing. That'll go a long, long way. And I really believe that building the relationship from the recruiting stage through the activation stage is vital to the success of any affiliate program. And then finally, you have the newsletter, mass email kind of communication. This one is more towards getting your new creatives out to affiliates in mass, promos, any changes to the program. This is still part of the communication strategy. You don't want to just leave this part out. There's some things that don't really need to be personalized and shared with person one-to-one, like the banners or the promos. That can be shared in a mass email, but the key is doing it consistently. What I typically tell my clients to do, and anybody I talk to that asks me about communication, I say minimum 2 times a month in a newsletter format or mass email, whatever it takes. But if you can do once a week, that'd be fantastic. Just so the affiliates get to know you, understand that you are there for them and you want to see them succeed. And that could be a difference of them promoting you versus your competitor. And then it comes down to dollars. It's all about growing the program, and the affiliates want to grow their business, and they're going to do it with the partners that they trust and that they can rely on. So this is more of just a quick podcast to go over communication with the affiliates and how it's broken up into 3 parts: the recruiting stage, the activation stage, and then the newsletter / mass email stage. Those are your 3 parts where you can actually impact relationships with affiliates. And if you get anything from this, start just building solid relationships with your affiliates. Start with your top guys, reach out to them, find out what they like, what they don't like, that type of thing, and cater some strategies around them. You'll see, it'll happen, but it's not going to happen overnight. You can't expect results overnight, but if you do what I talked about in this podcast, you will be going in the right direction on your way to building a solid affiliate program that affiliates will be telling their friends about as well. So, and I appreciate you guys listening to this episode, and I look forward to speaking to you on the other side of this episode.
We want to hear what you thought about this episode. You can email Rick directly at rick@bearcatmedia.com or leave a review where you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe because new episodes will be released every Wednesday. Thank you for listening to the Rick Magennis Show podcast. Never miss an episode by subscribing to the podcast in iTunes, Google Play, and wherever podcasts are available. To learn more about Rick, go to bearcatmedia.com.